Hi everyone, it's Kara here from Boho Berry, and I'm excited to be back with one of my more normal videos this week. This is my Plan With Me video for the month of June, and I'm especially excited because this month I'm finally moving into my official bullet journal notebook, and I could not be more excited. If you missed it, I did do a little review of this notebook, kind of going through some of the features that set it apart from a normal everyday notebook and make it the official bullet journal. So I'll link that up above if you want to check that out, and definitely do that for sure if you're interested in one of these notebooks. I will say that the official bullet journal is right now sold out on the bullet journal website, but you can go to bulletjournal.com/store. And Ryder has a little email sign up there where you can sign up to be notified as soon as they go back in stock. And from what he's told me, they will be back in stock around mid-July. So just a heads up there, if you're looking at this and you think, oh my gosh, I really want one, they will not be back in stock until the middle of July. However, you can get on the list to be notified as soon as that happens. Before we get started, I just wanted to kind of go over what's happening in this notebook. Moving into a new bullet journal, I always transfer over a few key collections, and what I normally do is just go through my old bullet journal and see what I want to carry over with me. If there's a collection in there that I'm no longer using, I won't bother, and then any collections that I'm currently using or I want to modify, I'll go ahead and throw in here. So you can see I already have a few things indexed here. And I started off with my future log page is actually going to be my modified Calendex. So it's a 4-month Calendex on the left. I did a whole video on the Calendex method. This is something that a guy named Eddie Hope came up with, and I'll link you to that as well. And then on the right hand side here, I did what I called Horizon, but it's basically the Alistair method. So I've got the rest of the year, October, November, and December in little columns here. And as things come up, I can just write them in and put a little dot for which month they fall on. I don't have to worry about keeping anything organized. It's great. And then I've got my little color code here for my Calendex. After that, I started off here with a birthdays spread, and I ended up really not liking it very much. So I decided to cover it with one of my coloring stickers. I haven't colored this in yet, but I decided to just put that over the page. I wasn't happy with it, and that's exactly what I designed these stickers for, so I figured I'd throw one in there. And then I have some of my big goals for the remainder of the year. I decided to write those in there. And after that, I have my level 10 life spread. And this, if you remember from my last bullet journal, was actually a pie chart divided into 10 areas of my life. And when I was setting this up, I was admittedly feeling a little on the lazy side, and I didn't want to draw out that pie chart again. So I decided to do this graph style that I've been seeing out there. And honestly, I really love it. So I've just got some reminders here in each of the 10 areas of my life, things that I can work towards to improve those areas. And then I'm moving on just with my regular everyday bullet journal. And you'll notice I didn't move a whole lot of collections over. There's not a whole lot that I was working on in my last bullet journal that I wanted to bring over with me. One of the reasons for that is I've been keeping a separate bullet journal for my blog and business. So mainly those collections that I work in and day out are in my blog and business bullet journal. My normal everyday bullet journal typically consists of my monthlies, my weeklies, and my dailies with a few little things scattered in here and there. So on that note, let's go ahead and dive in. We'll set up for the month of June, and then I will come back and kind of explain what I have done. See you there. All right, so now that I have everything filled in, I kind of just wanted to flip through and show y'all what I have done. You've probably noticed that I did a few things a little bit differently. My regular monthly log is going to stay the same. This is where I will write in just a little snippet of anything that happens on any certain day throughout the month. I treat this as an actual log, not as a method of planning, although I do write in, like if there's any birthdays, special occasions, or anything like that, I'll write those on here, but I don't write appointments or events necessarily on here. This is just for me to log a little snippet of my day at the end of each day. And then I have my monthly memories page, which this will get filled up with little sketches and hand lettering, little quotes, whatever, just little things to remind me of special memories throughout the month. And this is one of my favorite spreads. This is something I got from Kacheri over at Passion Themed Life, and I'm so happy I did. I love this spread. It's one of the things that brings me the most joy in my bullet journal each month. After that, I have my gratitude log, and what you'll notice here is that up until now I had been doing like a two-page full spread gratitude log, and I'd been pre-numbering. And I saw, actually, if you look in my last video where I featured a bunch of different styles of bullet journals, one girl had this kind of I don't really know how to describe it. Her gratitude log was where she would just write in, say I'll start on the 1st, so I'll do a little 1 with a circle, and I'll write in whatever I want. It may be 1, 2, 3 things, and then I'll continue along that same line with day 2, and then just kind of fill it in as I go, so it's going to kind of grow organically instead of having all this space laid out for it already. So I've decided to do 1 page. That might be a mistake, I'm not sure, but we'll see. If I have to add another gratitude log page in later, I can totally do that. So that's why this is pretty much blank, is I'm just going to kind of fill it in as I go throughout the month and see how that goes. I think I'm going to like it. And then I have my tracker. I'm going to turn this around for you here. With my tracker, this is the printable version, and I just printed it on some sticker paper and stuck it in. This printable tracker is available in the Tribe Resource Library right now. So if you're a Tribe member, you have access to that, and you'll be able to print this tracker off, stick it in your bullet journal. If not, and you would like to become a Tribe member, the link is in the description box below. But I didn't feel like drawing it out this month, and I know, I just didn't feel like drawing it out. So I decided to print it on one of my full sheet size stickers, and I love it. It works perfectly. It was so great not to have to draw all those little tiny dots, and now it's in there. After that, again, I decided to print off my challenges. This is the June Plan With Me challenge, and then the Rock Your Handwriting, which is being released on the blog today. These 2 challenges are the ones that I host. Plan With Me challenge I host with Kim over at Tiny Ray of Sunshine and Jessica at Pretty Prints and Paper. Rock Your Handwriting is the same group plus Dee over at Decade 30. So these are the 2 challenges that we host, and I thought I would print them on the sticker paper as well, just slap them in there. Saves me the trouble of having to write everything out when obviously I've already done it for the printable, so why not just stick it in there? So I love these little stickers for that. That was super fun. And then we have my first weekly log. I hope this kind of gives you an idea of how I set up my weekly before I put anything in it. And what you'll notice here is this does have a little bit of May. And the way I do that and decide which month a week goes in, like at the end of the month, we've got 2 days of May and then the rest are June. Whichever month has the most days, that's the month that gets the weekly spread. So this one is going in June. So I'm going to start actually using this bullet journal on Monday, May 30th. So even though I'm technically starting it for the month of June, I've got those 2 days that are in here. These are all going to go within the month of June. So I've got my time-specific tasks, my day-specific tasks. So these will be appointments and events. These will be things that I need to get done on any given day, not necessarily at a certain time of the day. Then I'm going to list out my current projects in my 3 main categories, which are home, personal, and business. I have my waiting on list. I've got my daily tasks. I've got blog comments, YouTube comments, clearing out my email, and working out. And then I'll have room for my meals. Again, what I normally do with my meals is I just plan out, I'll think of 7 meals that I want to cook throughout the week, or sometimes it's even 5 or 6 because I know I'm going to have leftovers, and I'll write them in and I'll shop for those specific meals. And then on any given day of the week, I can actually just look and see, well, this is what I have available in the pantry, and I can pick from one of those and cook that. And then my horizon section, which is for upcoming projects. So I'll list my current projects that I'm working on here, and then in order to kind of look ahead a little bit, I like to list other projects that are coming up when I finish with the ones that I'm currently working on. And then after that, I will flip the page and literally just start in with my dailies. And one of the things that I absolutely love about the official bullet journal is these 3 bookmarks. I'm super, super, super excited about this. I'm going to be keeping one of these bookmarks at the beginning of my month. So that's going to be this black one. I'm going to keep a second bookmark on my current weekly spread, and then I will keep my 3rd bookmark on my daily. So whatever page I'm on for my dailies, that's where the 3rd bookmark will go. So I'm super excited to have those. I'm totally stoked to have this official bullet journal. If you're curious about any of the other supplies that I used, I do have a link to my supply list in the description box below. I basically just use this Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen. It's a S, which is 0.3 millimeters. And then I normally use my Staedtler Tri Plus fine liners for color on my daily pages. And then I also use these Tombow dual brush pens. I use these a lot to set up my weekly spreads. So that is all I have for you all this week. If you have any questions, definitely drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear. As always, I love having conversations with you all down there, and I will look forward to seeing you all on Monday. Bye.